I'm going to feature for the opening of this while I'm putting my guitar on with the strap and getting the pick and all of that. This was recorded live at a place which no longer exists that was called at the time the Centenary Coffee House. Centenary College was literally across the street in Shreveport from this coffee shop that no longer exists. The two young men that were running it at the time, their families had helped them invest in this business, and they were young, but they ran a good coffee shop, and on Thursdays and Fridays they had music in there live. And this was recorded on a Saturday or Sunday night on January the 27th of 1997. So I was a little bit younger. My age now is 67 years of age. I turned 67 August the 3rd. The instrument that I used for this improvisation was the Elmaya Les Paul that I use frequently on these films this summer. I also used the Fender Super 60 amplifier, which in 1997 still had the original Fender tubes that came with it when I bought the amp. And that's pretty much it, plus a short cord. I didn't have a wah-wah pedal or any other devices. This was strictly a jam. This was people I had just met. One of the people that was a little different was a violinist with the Shreveport Symphony. And like me, and I say like me because I was from a classical oboe background, he wanted to see if he could improvise. Classical musicians, for those that don't know, they read music. And a lot of what they do in terms of their expressive playing, etc., is something that is done strictly from memory and from reading the music. If they get nervous and forget something, they have the music in front of them so they don't forget. This violinist and I met that night, and I said, let's try it, let's jam and see what we get. The whole jam went for about an hour and 15 minutes. The part I'm about to play for you, some of the college kids in there didn't know me, and they may have heard of me, I don't know, but they were being kind of unruly. And so as a result of that, I got fired up, and I improvised with a little more force. So anyway, this improvisation probably is the best thing I have on tape of anything I've done. The intonation was not flawless. At that time, the Elmaya Les Paul had a few issues, not many, but a few. And there is some distortion in the tone. I wish I could improvise that fluidly. Today I've had surgery on my hands a couple of times for tendon issues and things like that since I was that young. But at that time, in 1997, I had never had any injuries to either hand. And so I'm going to play this for you now, and I hope you find it to your liking. It's one of the best things I've got. So here we go. This does not have a name, it's just a jam at the Centenary Coffee House. And here we go. I announce it and say hello to the owner of the coffee shop, whose name is John, and then we proceed. This is John. Say hi, John. Hi there. There you go.